Hey yo, y'all are not ready for this one. Just when we thought the drama between Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin couldn't get any crazier, boom, Chrissy snaps, and things get physical. Now hold up, did she really just put hands on Jim? And more importantly, why did it happen? Was this years of buildup and frustration exploding in real time? Or is there some dark, messy secret behind this sudden outburst? And let's be real, this ain't the first time these two have been caught in some wild, reality TV level chaos. But this right here might be the final straw. Did Jim cross the line one too many times? Did Chrissy finally say, enough is enough, and unleash years of pent-up rage? Or is this all a publicity stunt gone wrong? Well, buckle up because we're about to break down everything that went down. The fight, the real reason behind it, and what happens next for hip-hop's most chaotic couple. Stay locked in because this is about to get messy. Alright, let's get straight into it, because what went down between Chrissy Lampkin and Jim Jones is wild. So, here's what we know so far. Reports started swirling late last night that something major went down between Jim and Chrissy. And when I say major, I mean full-blown chaos. Now listen, this ain't no regular argument, no side-eye, no passive-aggressive shade. Nah, this was physical. Word on the street is that Chrissy snapped, and when I say snapped, I mean hands were thrown. But here's the thing. Why? Because let's be honest, these two have had issues for years. If you've been following their relationship, then you already know it's been a roller coaster of toxic fights, breakups, makeups, and straight-up drama. But something about this situation feels different. Something pushed Chrissy over the edge. And according to some very interesting sources, it might have been Jim's own behavior that set this off. Now, if y'all know Jim Jones, then you know dude ain't exactly known for being the most faithful, the most respectful, or the most emotionally available partner. And Chrissy? Listen, she's been holding it down for this man for years, through the scandals, the financial messes, the disrespect, the public embarrassment. And let's not forget, she proposed to him back in 2011, a whole decade later, and still no wedding ring. Now tell me, how much patience is too much patience? But see, here's where things get really interesting because sources say this wasn't just a regular lover's quarrel. Apparently, Jim did something so foul, so unforgivable, that Chrissy finally snapped. And this time, she wasn't just talking. According to some very close sources, this whole thing started at a private event where Jim and Chrissy were spotted arguing. Now listen, these two arguing ain't nothing new. They fight in public, on TV, online, wherever. But this time, something about it was different. Witnesses say Jim was getting too comfortable with another woman. And when I say comfortable, I mean real friendly, real touchy, real disrespectful. And Chrissy? She wasn't having it. One source even claims that Chrissy tried to pull Jim aside to check him, and instead of handling it like a grown man, Jim got loud, started clowning her in front of people, and that's when things took a turn. Now, let me ask y'all, if you were in Chrissy's position, what would you do? Because clearly, she was done playing nice. Witnesses say Chrissy went straight for Jim, full-on rage mode. And listen, y'all know Chrissy ain't no soft-spoken. Hold it in tight. If she's mad, everybody's going to know it. And apparently, Jim wasn't expecting her to actually put hands on him, but she did. And from what's being reported, it wasn't just one slap and done. It got ugly. At this point, people at the event had to step in, security got involved, and Jim, let's just say, he did not come out of this looking good. Now, here's where things get even crazier because, according to some very juicy sources, this wasn't just a heat-of-the-moment thing. This was a long time coming. See, people close to Chrissy say she's been fed up with Jim for months, and this wasn't about one night. It was about years of mistreatment. And honestly, can we blame her? Think about it. How many times has Jim embarrassed this woman? How many times has she stood by him, defended him, waited for him, only for him to keep playing games? Y'all, what if this was Chrissy's breaking point? And what went down next? That's when the real mess started. Alright, let's get into the real tea. Because if y'all thought Chrissy slapping Jim was the wildest part of the story, you might want to grab your popcorn and sit tight. See, After that whole embarrassing scene at the event, Jim wasn't just about to take his L and go home. Nah, this man had to turn around and try to flip the script. According to sources, Jim immediately went into damage control mode, and y'all already know what that means. He started running his mouth to the blogs, trying to make it seem like he was the victim in all this. Now, hold up, victim? Jim? Let's not act brand new. Let's not pretend like you haven't been disrespecting Chrissy for years, pushing her to the edge, making her look crazy in these streets. But now, because she finally snapped, you want to play innocent? Oh, it gets better because word. On the street, it said Jim actually left the event and went straight to another woman's spot right after everything went down. Yep, didn't even try to make things right with Chrissy. Didn't even try to take accountability. Instead, he did what he does best. Ran to somebody else for comfort. Now, let's be real. We all know how Jim Jones moves. This ain't the first time he's been caught up in some messy side chick drama. But what makes this different is that Chrissy was done covering for him. See, in the past, every time Jim embarrassed her, she either kept it private or brushed it off. But this time, she let the world know she was fed up. And apparently, Jim couldn't handle that. Now, if y'all thought this situation was about to blow over in a day or two, oh, you were so wrong. Because what happened next took things to a whole new level. See, after Jim started playing the victim, Chrissy decided to hit back. And when I say hit back, I don't mean physically. Nah, this time, she hit where it really hurts. She went public. Yep. She started dropping some messy receipts about their relationship that had everybody looking at Jim sideways. And when I tell y'all, this man was not ready for this level of exposure. Phew. According to sources, Chrissy started confirming some of the biggest rumors that had been floating around for years. Like, remember all those whispers about Jim having a secret side baby? Well, Chrissy just might have let something slip that got the streets talking. And let's not forget the financial rumors. Y'all know people have been saying for years that Chrissy is the one holding things down while Jim keeps blowing money on dumb stuff? Well, looks like that might be true because sources say Chrissy started dropping hints that she's been the real breadwinner in that relationship for a long time now. At this point, the internet was in shambles. People were choosing sides, dragging Jim, calling him out for his nonsense, and basically saying Chrissy should have left this man ages ago. But here's where things took a wild turn. Because instead of apologizing or trying to clean up his image, Jim decided to go petty. Y'all, this man started posting cryptic messages on social media, throwing shade at Chrissy, and even liking comments from people who were clowning her. Like, sir, you are the one in the wrong. And yet, instead of trying to fix things, you're making it worse. Now listen, Chrissy is not the type to go back and forth online, but the way Jim was moving, she had no choice but to set the record straight. So, boom, she took because fans ain't rocking with him no more. Social media is dragging him through the mud. And if you think I'm exaggerating, just check the comments. Chrissy wasted years on this man. She should have left ages ago. Jim Jones is the biggest clown. How do you fumble a woman who held you down for 2 decades? He treated her like an option. Now he's realizing she was the prize. And it ain't just the fans. Celebrities are chiming in too. Cardi B liked a tweet that said, "Ladies, stop waiting around for a man to choose you. Know your worth and leave." Remy Ma commented about time under a shady post about the breakup. Even Cameron, Jim's own day one, posted a cryptic meme that had everybody saying, "Oh, this man knows something." See, Chrissy has stayed quiet for years, letting Jim run the show. But this time, she said, "I'm taking back my power." In an exclusive interview, yes, she went and sat down with a major media outlet. Chrissy aired out everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. She confirmed that Jim had been playing her for years. She revealed that she wasn't just waiting on a ring. Jim was never serious about marriage. And the biggest bombshell? She hinted that Jim had a whole secret life that she covered. Up for years, y'all. The streets were shaking. And just like that, Chrissy officially won the breakup. Jim couldn't say nothing because when a woman like Chrissy finally speaks, you sit down and listen. Now, here's where things go from bad to worse for Jim because See, in Hollywood, your personal drama can affect your business. And right now, Jim's bag is looking funny. Endorsement deals? Some brands are distancing themselves. Reality TV opportunities? People are saying he's too toxic to work with. Music career? Fans are boycotting him left and right. And the craziest part? Chrissy is thriving. While Jim's losing deals, Chrissy is getting booked and busy. She's out here doing interviews, locking in brand partnerships, and looking happier than ever. Meanwhile, Jim is looking stressed, aged, and regretful. At first, Jim was on his petty wave, throwing shade, liking negative comments about Chrissy, and acting unbothered. But when he saw that Chrissy was actually moving on, that's when reality hit him. So what does Jim do? The most predictable thing ever. He tries to win her back. Sources say Jim started calling Chrissy nonstop, sending flowers, even hitting up mutual friends to talk to her on his behalf. He even posted an old picture of them together on Instagram with the caption, "Ain't no love like the one I got for you. Hope we can talk soon, boy, please." The internet was not feeling it, and Chrissy? She was not impressed. She responded with just one post on her IG story, a quote that said, "Sometimes loving yourself means walking away." If that ain't a mic drop moment, I don't know what is. Now, here's where things get really interesting, because guess who Chrissy was recently spotted with? A mystery man. Yep, she was seen out at a fancy dinner, looking unbothered and glowing. And the man? Well, let's just say he looked like he had money, power, and class. Fans immediately started speculating, is Chrissy finally upgrading? Good for her. Jim's somewhere punching the air right now. Sis got her a grown man, not a grown boy. And Jim? The moment that picture hit the internet, he went silent. No more shady posts, no more cryptic messages, just silence. Because deep down, he knew he lost her for good. Will Jim try to win Chrissy back with some grand gesture? Will Chrissy make things official with her new man? Or is Jim about to go full petty mode and try to take her down too? One thing's for sure, this ain't over, and you already know we're going to keep y'all updated. So, what do y'all think? Did Chrissy do the right thing by leaving, or do you think Jim deserves a second chance? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and make sure you're subscribed because, trust me, the next chapter in this saga is going to be even wilder. So now, I got to ask y'all, who's really in the wrong here? Did Chrissy do what she had to do, walking away and finally choosing herself? Or do y'all think Jim deserves another shot after years of playing games? And more importantly, is Chrissy really moving on with someone new? Because let's be real, if Jim sees her with another man, he might just lose it completely, and that could set off a whole new level of drama. Y'all, this story is far from over, and you already know we got all the inside scoop coming your way. So, if you don't want to miss what happens next, do yourself a favor. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. Because trust me, when the next bombshell drops, you'll want to be the first to know. Drop your thoughts in the comments right now because I already know y'all got opinions. The air at the exclusive event crackled with unspoken tension as Chrissy Lampkin, her face a mask of restrained anger, confronted Jim Jones, who was animatedly engaged with another woman. Years of simmering frustration, the public proposals and broken promises, the endless cycle of breakups and makeups, had finally reached a boiling point. Chrissy, done with the lies and disrespect, pushed Jim slightly, a physical manifestation of her pent-up rage, shocking the onlookers into stunned silence. Her raw emotion, a mix of pain and fury, echoed through the room as she declared her refusal to be treated like a toy, a mere option. Security intervened, separating the two, but the emotional fallout was seismic. The internet exploded, social media becoming a battleground as fans and critics took sides. In the aftermath, Chrissy, retreating but not into silence, gave an exclusive interview, reclaiming her narrative. She spoke of years of mistreatment, of being pushed to her breaking point, and declared her intention to take back her power. The tide had turned. Chrissy, once defined by her relationship, emerged as a force, her honesty resonating far beyond celebrity gossip. Jim Jones, left to reckon with the consequences of his actions, faced a world watching and judging his every move. The shocking fight, a public display of years of private struggle, marked a significant shift in their dynamic, leaving Chrissy to walk away, head held high, and Jim to face the storm he had created.